Hi, folks, and welcome to this edition of Understanding Your Health. My name is Todd Scarborough, along with Dr. Tom Butler, and this is a show where we just kind of make things up and as we go along. Not really. We actually try to take the meat of everything, and of course, again, we ad lib a lot, Tom, and we kind of float and we take the information and dance around with it, but we try to make it entertaining, and more than anything, folks, keep it simple for you. We could go into some very elaborate detail here and talk way over your head, and you leave the show going, these guys are really smart, but I had no idea what they said.
Yeah, let's don't do that.
Let's don't do that. It's so much better for you for us to digest it, boil it down, present it to you on a plate where you can understand it. And that's why we title the show Understanding Your Health. So go into different subject matter, Tom. We've done so many, from water to posture even. We've your line of work of posture. And
Yes.
and as I do that, I try to sit up straight.
Yeah, I better do that.
we better both do that instead of slouching, as your mother said, sit up straight. So, but today we want to go into something that affects a lot of people, and there's many different factors that apply here, environmental and also what you're eating, but allergies, Tom, and sinusitis. And so many people have allergies, and I know with me, never had an issue with pollen, never had an issue with any foreign stuff in the air, dirt, mold, cat hair, anything like that. As I age, and I think it might be just an old man syndrome as I'm aging here, but we know that with me, I have gotten worse, and I think it's because of the pollen. One theory I read the other day, Tom, is the reason why that we have more pollen and the hay fever is kind of coming around is because of global warming. There's more CO2 in the air. The plants are going to grow and respond more, and they're going to be more healthy and vibrant, produce more pollen, and therefore there's more pollen in the air. Possible theory there. However, I know that in the last 2 years, the last 2 springs, I've had problems with hay fever. So undoubtedly, again, there's twofold approach here with this problem. One is the external, one is the internal. Let's start with external, which most people know about, as far as the allergens that affect us with hay fever. And then also, too, maybe take an time to explain what exactly it is.
Well, let's take back one step. So you were talking your personal story.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in practice 34 years plus. Okay, so if you took the first 30 years and I said, boy, I wonder how many people said I've been healthy my whole life, and now I'm older, not old, but older, and I've never had allergies, but now I have them. So if I took all those people, that didn't even fit into 1 month of the last 4 or 5 years. So, and I am not the only one saying this, and apparently you're not the only one saying this either. Just to bring it up to date, and we try to bring you up to date as close as we can. But it was just last week, the head guest of a weather show was an allergist, a lady allergist, and her first comment was she's seen more people with allergies rampant than she's ever seen. So first off, let's say there is a phenomenon. Okay, why is that? Now, also in the last year, they're kind of turning around a bit. Now, this allergist that was being interviewed, she said one of the things to do was stay inside, between the hours of 10 and 6, which really they're more like 2 and 10, but anyway, I don't want to argue with a specialist allergist, but I'm just saying, irregardless, you want to stay from outside. But recently, the research has showed a lot of people are having allergies that stay in. So the reasons behind that are the toxicities we had talked about in earlier shows.
Yes, the mold possibly.
Yes, and now we're staying in, and instead of being outside and playing, we're staying in and eating. And what are we eating? Are we eating
broccoli and cabbage?
Yeah, no. I don't think so. We're snacking on things I don't want to name, but
we're having fun with Little Debbie. Let's just say that. We're eating way too much. Eat way too much sugar.
So your company you work with has a lot of the omega-3s.
Yes.
So we need to stay off the omega-6s, because if you go through that chain, and I know I should have been Italian, so I can talk with my hands, but anyway, that chain of when we eat, it affects all the way down into the interleukins and the IgGs.
Yes.
And those are the things that cause the inflammation, the allergies, the sensitivities.
Yes.
And So you can actually, which, so you're starting at the beginning. If you change what goes in your mouth, you can change how much your body reacts to that, as opposed to taking, a pill, which that was one of her recommendations. Medicate early and often, Zyrtec, Claritin D, Allegra. Isn't that pretty much the main ones?
Yes, the main ones.
So those are the main ones. But just think, people, if you would get on more vegetables, less man-made foods, more God-made foods, more, like I said, vegetables, fruit, some nuts, and some oils, mostly olive oil and coconut oil. You're probably tired of hearing me say all this. And you know what one of the big ones are on allergies? Drink water.
Water, exactly.
And if you're having the mucus, thin it out. So heat something up. Heat up the water and put, if you don't like, they all tell me, Todd, I don't like the taste of water. I mean,
it has no taste. Well, then you're drinking the wrong water if that's the case.
But anyway, squirt some lemon or
there you go.
Peppermint or,
whatever it may be.
A little juice or something.
Something, exactly. And it is obviously an inflammatory condition here that we're dealing with, Tom. And bringing down that inflammation starts with eating the right foods, changing that 6 and 3s. And we'll go into deeper into that when we come back from the break. Omega-6s, omega-3s, and some of the other things that actually help with this and things that you can do to help with the inflammatory process when it comes to allergies. So we'll talk about that when we come back from the break, talking about allergies right here on Understanding Your Health.